Welcome to the SEC pregame here on CBS Sports HQ. The first of our two games coming up at the bottom of the hour. And the late game is a game that many fans of both Alabama and Texas A&M have had circled on the calendar. The Aggies in Tuscaloosa to try and take down the number one team in the nation. And you know who's also in Tuscaloosa? Late Kick host Josh Pate, senior college football writer Dennis Dodd. And they join us now. Dennis, let's start with the quarterback question for Alabama. What's the latest on Bryce Young's status for this game tonight?
Well, officially, nothing's changed. It's still day-to-day what is now a game-time decision. You've seen maybe some reports out there this afternoon, but there's nothing definitive. I will tell you this. I believe that Texas A&M believes that he will not play. I think we know he's not going to play. I'm not reporting that, but all the trending signs are there as what a typical AC sprain is in a shoulder. It usually takes more than a week, at least two. I'm not a doctor, but I play one on this hit. But that's what it looks like right now. But we literally won't know. He'll go through the full warm-up. Just the Deke, Jimbo, and the Aggies right up until kickoff.
If he does play, it would have defied the logic of everyone who's had this injury and talk this week. It will have defied the logic of every doctor that we've heard go on the record, including Dennis Dodd. And also, a couple of people close to the program that we get access to. It will have defied what they think. So if you're placing money on who starts at quarterback tonight, I'm with Dennis Dodd. Jalen Milroe is the smart money there.
I'll certainly have to ask the question just in case. Friday, the line was fluctuating, 24 points, 23 points. Dennis, you had the Aggies to cover, I think was what your prediction was, but does that change depending on who the quarterback actually is?
Well, I'm surprised, knowing what I know about gambling in Vegas, and certainly you know more about it than me, that area. I'm surprised the line did not shift much at all this week. So they know something, whether Bryce is going to play or not. But, yes, I have A&M within the number losing the game just because I think you're going to have a running quarterback for Alabama. You're going to have whatever you want to call Haynes King. He was the starter, lost the job. Not a dynamic quarterback there. And I think Nick, unless something develops that they're able to run up the score, he just wants to get a win and get out of here and get to Tennessee, frankly.
You got two possibilities with that Alabama and that 24 number that's floated out there all week. Either you're going to see some A&M money come in between now and kickoff, and that thing drives closer down to 21. Unlikely, but possible. Or here's the more troubling scenario, if you will, if you're an A&M fan, and that is the Bryce injury is already baked in, and they still want to hang a 24 out there as the market number. And if that's the case, that's kind of an ugly thought, especially when that's your primary competition. That's the team you're trying to get over in the SEC West. They're without their Heisman Trophy winner, and they're still favored by over 3 touchdowns.
Yeah, Josh, one of the questions I had was, do you think that, is the sense that Alabama is going to try to run it up here? If they get the opportunity, they are going to, or do they just want to get this win and move along?
Jeremy, these people are bloodthirsty. They look nice and docile right now walking around. I'm telling you, don't be fooled by that fat point spread. These people are very, very, very ready, kind of frothing at the mouth, if you will, and have been for about 5 months, ever since that little spat back and forth in the spring and summer. So they want it. Okay, they want that big number. They want that half a hundo, if you will, on the scoreboard. But at the same time, like Dennis just said a little while ago, there's no bye week next week. Bama's got to go to Tennessee next week. And so I know it's not very in vogue to think about that. When you're midway through the second quarter, you already got 17 on the board. Ooh, what could we do here? But at the same time, these are not one-game seasons, the 12-game seasons. And so does it really matter what kind of number you hang if next week in the third quarter you're gassed? No, not really. So I think they want to dominate, and whatever that means on the scoreboard is whatever it means on the scoreboard.
In Nick's history, and I don't know what the numbers are, I think he has a feeling, a respect for the profession that, go back and look, he doesn't cover a lot of these games where you're a prohibitive favorite, or it's closer than you think, because I think he has respect for the other coach. I don't know if that's the case tonight. That's a whole different thing. You remember the scene from Goodfellas, I think, or it may have been The Godfather, where they're in a meat cooler and all those carcasses are hanging.
Yep.
Alabama fans want to hang a carcass tonight.
Yeah.
I don't know if Nick does, but given the opportunity, it is the SEC West, and you want to send a message that lasts for years. Maybe so.
Jeremy, we had stats and info just before the hit. Go and look up what Nick Saban's record is against folks who have publicly called him a narcissist, and it's 0-0. Like, we've never seen it. So we don't really have that information. We will have it tonight.
I'll get the research department. I said it earlier this week. They always lock the door when I come calling. But Josh, now you've given me something to go talk to them about. This is the 15th time these two have met each other in history. Bama's lost just 3 times, 8-2 versus A&M since the Aggies joined the SEC. Guys, thanks for hopping on and talking about the game with us, and certainly enjoy it. As they both mentioned, the bloodlust is there for the Alabama fans. They want to see, in Josh's words, half a hundo hung on A&M. And forget about the record between the two. I mean, let's just consider Alabama's home record under Nick Saban in October. Look at that middle line. They have literally been unbeatable. 29-0 in Saban's time in Tuscaloosa. They can go to 30-0 with a win tonight on CBS.
Do you want a sports network that delivers everything that matters about the game? The highlights, the picks, the instant analysis, no yelling, no fake debates, no politics. Hit the subscribe button and never miss a moment.